folks, off on another paddle trip tonight. Should be a pretty fun one. I'm paddling along the river and looking for a spot to hammock camp tonight. I haven't taken my hammock out on a proper adventure yet. You might have seen my last video where I just took the hammock out for an overnighter at a wreck site, and it worked pretty well, so wanted to test it in the wild. So I'm just going to be paddling along a little bit here and probably start looking for a campsite in half an hour or an hour or so. Pretty little stretch of river here, so it should be a bit of fun. So just pulled off the river here. There's a nice little creek running into it, so I'm a bit curious if there's any campsites around here. There's also a couple of geese, so I'll try not to. Oh, they've got goslings too. Maybe I shouldn't go too close to them. But yeah, just want to check out this area for a campsite, and we'll see how we go. So it looks like this is a bit of a used campsite that even has vehicle access up here. So that's not really what I'm after for tonight. Pretty little spot, but I think I'll keep moving. think I could make that spot work, but I also think that I might be able to do a little bit better, somewhere a bit more picturesque, so I'm going to keep going. So I've given myself the luxury of being a little bit picky about the tent site today, but I'm actually coming up pretty close to a town soon, so if I don't find one in the next 5 or 10 minutes, I think I'll need to go quite a bit further, which is fine. There's a fair bit of light left, but on the lookout now. Otherwise, I'm going to keep moving through this town and find a campsite on the other side. Some nice looking grass up here that's got my attention. So I'm just going to have a little look in here. Just pull over, have a look at this little spot. It's not too overgrown, which is nice. Not sure about trees for the hammock. There's a few promising looking ones up here, so we'll have a look. A few decent trees here. Yeah, I could definitely string something up between these two trees. Will be a little bit of a pain lugging everything up. I'm not so sure about that. Yeah, actually, I think it's a little bit too far away from the boat. I don't really feel like carrying it all up, to be honest. Going to have a little look just down here, see if there's a decent spot. It's okay. I don't love it. I think I'm going to keep going. Tracking a beaver. I don't know if I'll get there quickly enough. Sorry, buddy. trees over there, but is there a spot to pull up? I think so. We're just having a look up here. This looks pretty good, really. Got a few decent trees that I can sleep and eat here. And a pretty good view out here. So I think I might have found the spot for tonight. Got a nice little grove of trees here. I think a couple of trees that will support the hammock and the tarp. So I think I'm gonna unpack and try to make this work. So just for my Australian followers, this is what a beaver can do. Easily take down a little tree like this. This is quite a fresh one. You can see all the little bits of wood chip on the ground, and the actual tree that came down is just over here. So a beaver took that down, and if you look just to the right, this is a much larger one that a beaver has taken down a while ago. So yeah, it's pretty impressive. Such a small animal can bring down a tree like that. So a quick tour of my little setup while there's a break in the rain. All I've really done so far, you can see, strung up a tarp here, set up my chair over there, and thrown all my gear back in the Packraft. I found that I didn't really want to put all my gear on the ground, and the Packraft seemed like a logical spot to put it. That's something that I think you could miss from a tent, because with a tent you've obviously got a clean and dry spot to put all your gear, and with a hammock set up that isn't really a thing. So I'm leaving setting up the hammock until a bit later on. There's pretty limited space under here. I'm going to string it from that tree over there, well, one of those trees over there, back to this one right in front of us here, and so that's going to go right across the middle of the tarp there, but I want to leave that space until I've had dinner and whatnot.
folks. So a bit of a drizzly night, as you might be able to tell. Rained for most of the night. Stayed pretty dry under the tarp though, so that was nice. Didn't sleep real well in the hammock for some reason. Not really sure why. The other night I slept really well in it, so who knows. It's one of those things, sometimes you don't sleep that well when you're camping. Otherwise, just having a bit of breakfast. Got another hour or two of paddling to get back to town where my car is. So just going to relax here for a little bit and then get on my way.
So getting a bit closer to town now, so I think I might wrap this video up. It's been a good chance to get out and try the Packraft and the hammock again. Not amazing weather, but it's been a bit of fun anyway. So hopefully catch you on the next one, and I'll see you then.